Hello, I'm Nelson Pañarrera Castillo. This is a new live connection. Here in Sullana, Peru, today is September 16th, 2022. September 16th, 2022, the half of the month. I'm here again on my news desk because I'm working now and taking advantage of the time. I'm going to do this live connection. Well, for the people who follow the Factor Tierra blog must know we premiered an interesting story about Huancabamba City. It's located between two branches of the Andean Range, about 4 degrees latitude, south latitude. But it's not an actual story. It's a story that comes from 1874. That year, the Italian scientist Antonio Raimondi published his book about Peru. It was a very long-term play. Raimondi arrived into Peru in 1950. At least here is considered one of the most important promoters of natural sciences in our country. The story I produce has to do about a geological highlight. Huancabamba City is built over a fault. Yes, a fault. Like San Andreas Fault? Yeah, a fault. And its effects can be seen up to today. The full story is on factortierra.blogspot.com. I repeat, factortierra.blogspot.com. As I tell in the story, the first time I realized about that fault was in 2000. My friend Ciro La Madrid lived in the first block of Huáscar Street. It's right one block away. It's one block right away the Huancabamba main square. The fault runs just in front of his house's door. Ciro, his wife Sandra Guerrero, and his kids don't live right anymore. However, he was the first person who confirmed on the field what I read on the books. Actually, Ciro was the first friend I made there. As I also tell in the story, the first time I traveled to Huancabamba was in November 1995. It was a 9 hours journey from here at that time. From this location, Huancabamba main square is 260 kilometers, about 150 miles. But I didn't get it by tourism. I went as a researcher. When I studied radio at Piura University, our professor assigned to list all the radio stations as possible in a Piura department, across Piura department. My work team was to research in Paita, Morropón, and Huancabamba provinces. We were Isel Arbulú, Susette Swing, and Veronica Malca, if my memory is good. Paita is a coastal province, so the four went to it, and we scanned the entire city. Morropón was our next target, so the four was to cover the capital city, Chulucanas. The problem was Huancabamba. The female didn't want to go, so they assigned me to go, yes. While they were covering Chulucanas, I was covering Huancabamba. I knew that city as well as nearby Sondor. I was 19 years old, so young. My first surprise was both towns had short-wave radio stations. Yes, short-wave radio stations. In another episode, I promise I'm gonna tell you about the fascinant SW world. At the moment, I'll just say that before internet and amid the satellite era, there were radios broadcasting worldwide at low cost. Well, for that time, I learned about the Huancabamba fault because the books I showed in my last episode. I wanted to go where it was. It was one of my first questions to my friend Zero that time. He had no answer. 5 years later, the fault was in front of the door of the house he lived. His parent house, by the way. Since that time, I was traveling recurrently to Huancabamba, whether tourism or to cover a story. So I may say my connection with Huancabamba is so strong. Curious fact, Sullana province was created in 1811 because of the advocacy by a congressman, Benjamin Huamán de los Heros. The issue is Mr. Huamán was not from Sullana, but Huancabamba. As you know, Sullana is the province where is Sullana, the city where I webcast this to you. Other geographic relevant. Chira River has 3 main tributaries. Catamayo from Ecuador, Chipillico from Sapillica, and Quiros from Ayabaca and Huancabamba. Actually, its further nascent is Laguna Negra in El Carmen de la Frontera, part of Huancabamba province. And Chiro River runs amid Sullana province, my province. So Sullana and Huancabamba had or are pretty connected. Anyway, if you want to explore all that connection, go to factortierra.blogspot.com. I repeat, factortierra.blogspot.com. Right, Huancabamba province on the query box. You also can follow the hashtag #ComeToHuancabamba on Twitter for more information. Just to close the Huancabamba stuff, for the story you can find on Factor Tierra, there were many people contributing for the story. For example, from Luis Correa, our executive producer, to Arabella Carrasco, who helped me with the photo production in Huancabamba. Arabella is from Huancabamba, actually. Also, my friend Zero is featured. At least in Spanish, according to LinkedIn, the story was pretty read in Piura, Chiclayo, and Lima, here in Peru, but also in Quito, Ecuador, and Barcelona, Spain. Thanks to you all for the preference. But still in Spanish, Radio Centinela transcribed the text and shared it on his Facebook page. Yes, I noticed that many people gave like and shared it 3 times. Well, that's good. I also shared it on my Facebook account at Nelson Sullana. For the people who want to read the story in Spanish, go to eltiempo.p. Write Huancabamba Raimondi in the query box, eltiempo.pe. Oh, thanks Angelo Vaseli in Lima City who read the story and told me a beautiful related story. As he tells me more, I promise I'm gonna tell you more. Finally, 2 tips from you and for you. On Monday, September 19th, La Palma Island is marking 1 year when a new volcano broke out at the Cumbre Vieja Ridge. I never was in Canary Island, but I covered the full crisis. If you want to get the full story, go to factortierra.blogspot.com. I repeat, factortierra.blogspot.com. You can also get on Twitter. Enter to @factortierra. And Twitter @factortierra. I don't know what the local people is going to do, but maybe I'm going to dedicate my next episode to them. Let me know if you wish to. And from a volcanic land, from another volcanic land. Mario Kanashiro is in Nagoya, Japan. He's a fitness dance trainer, but he also is doing manga and anime as a hobby. We have the story in exclusive. Go to chulucanasgym.blogspot.com. Repeat, chulucanasgym.blogspot.com. Follow it on Twitter as @chulucanasgym. I repeat, @chulucanasgym. It's the top story right now. And this live connection, sorry for my English, and this live connection ends here. Thanks to you all for watching me. I'm Nelson Peña Herrera Castillo, reporting from Sullana in Peru. Let's get connected on my social media as @Nelson Sullana. I repeat, @Nelson Sullana. See you on the next live connection. Blessings, and I read you all on my social media. Thank you. Bye-bye.